All right, morning. It's morning here, almost 8 a.m. I apologize for the informal attire. A couple things going on here. Number one, woke up at 5, did a little workout on account that I got man titties and I got some big fat flabby arms, and I'm gonna get myself in shape because I'm an obese piece of shit, a giant fucking bipedal marshmallow. Uh, and I took some pre-workout, right? Because I need that little fucking something to get me going. So I pumped myself full of soda. Yeah, I mixed like orange Mexican soda with like 2 scoops of C4 and 2 scoops of MO Explode just to get the ball rolling here because I can't fucking move without a copious amount of stimulants. Um, so I'm sweating my balls off. Pardon my language. Just sweat bullets here. It's not even 8 a.m. and it's like 70 something degrees here. I'm already sweating. I'm dying. I'm dying. By 11 a.m. it's supposed to be 93 degrees. I'm going to be pouring sweat. So I'm wearing my Larry the Cable Guy redneck special, okay? Which, frankly, I'm going to be honest, probably in line with the whole fact that I'm regressing into a barbarian. So I told you I'm going to cut off my sleeves and start going around town freaking out. I'm halfway there. Cut the sleeves, which, by the way, is not a good look. Man, I am a round, soft, pudgy-looking motherfucker. If you guys got any recommendations on how to lose weight aside from starvation, please leave them in the comments. But I digress. That's my whatever bullshit. Uh, you didn't come here for that. So let me get into brass tacks here. About a week ago, give or take, Richard Wolff, guy I told you about, did a little podcast. And I'm going to tell you right now, it'll be in the comments, the whole link, blah, blah, blah. But he basically talked to this guy, Robinson Earhart. He talks about, the end of the American empire, China, Ukraine, Israel, hot topic stuff here, which has been in the news. And I kind of want to focus on the end of the empire on account. We've been talking about that a little bit on the channel. And I think we all know it. Everybody knows it's over, but nobody wants to say it. I'm going to say it. Some people are saying it. Richard's saying it. I'm going to fucking say it. Because it needs to be said. It's over. America's over. Period. Done. Period. It's over. Britain fell. France fell. Germany fell. Colonialism. All the colonial powers. We're done. We're done. It's over. We just can't admit it. And Richard Wolff, who I love, I don't care that he's a socialist, a Marxist, or whatever. Common sense guy. He makes sense to me. Interesting background. You should look into him. His mother was German, father was French. He gives the whole background in this video and many videos. Very interesting guy, classically trained. His father was a French lawyer who ended up working in the American steel industry when he became a refugee here in America. His mother was, went to gymnasio or whatever the hell it is, that thing between university and high school in Europe. Smart woman, very educated. He grew up listening to Beethoven and reading Plato because his father was, really smart guy, reading Freud and this shit. Ended up going to Harvard, then Stanford, yada, yada, yada. Really smart guy, Richard Wolff. Can't recommend him enough. I love him. I think he's great. But he's talking about the American Empire. So I'm going to recap a little bit of him, a little bit of me. I'm going to keep it to 4 points. 4 points. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever you guys want. So let's talk point number 1. The decline of the American Empire. So Richard Wolff in this video basically says, I got a second screen here with notes because we both know, look at me. I'm rambling for 4 minutes now. Nonsense just pouring out of a crazy man's mouth with no sleeves and his titties out. So Richard Wolff in this video talks about the insights on how every empire reaches a point of decline and denial. This is historically true since the beginning of mankind. His argument is that America is very much in that state, and not that the American empire is declining, but it has declined. It's over. It's done. We're just in the denial phase. So he also discussed, and I think this is a good point, he kind of touches on some of the stuff I've rambled about prior, is the rich and powerful using the wealth to maintain control, creating an image of eternal dominance, and maintaining the imagery of the status quo, i.e. everything's okay, don't worry about it, right? Third point, which I want to highlight, which I think is important about the decline of the American empire that Mr. Wolff points out, is he points out how the American elites live in a bubble of comfort, using wealth as a tool of oppression while refusing to accept the reality of today. I don't even need to expand on that. I think those are just poignant points, right? It's over. The rich people are have and have nots. They're just fucking taking as much money from us as extracting from us before the mine is fucking barren and stripped of cobalt or whatever we're mining, coal, whatever, our souls. You know, they're just taking every penny. They know. Why do you think Tesla's moving all their fucking factories over to China? Because he knows America's done. He pulled them out of California, put them in Texas. He was like, oh, this is a better solution to this democratic nuthouse. Now he's putting them all in China. Our iPhones have been made in China since day one. Everybody knows with money where the power lies. It's not America anymore. It's in the BRICS nations. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't agree with me, I don't really give a fuck. Just do a little research, come back to me, argue, if you can, that I'm wrong. So yeah, that's point number 2 here. Image politics and game of power. I think this is a pretty interesting point that he brings up in the video. So he talks about image politics, and it's just a way to keep us distracted. So, for example, he kind of talks about Biden and Trump, and then by extension, because Biden's out of the race, Kamala Harris. So basically, Trump is entertaining because he's not a politician. But he has said some good points, like his whole manga, Make America Great Again, has some validity, right? Because we all knew America was great for 75 years for everybody else but millennials and Gen Z. We're getting fucked. So he basically talks about that. Like, Trump is great in imagery politics in the sense that, he said all Mexicans are drug dealers and rapists, which is a ridiculous statement. I agree, it's a ridiculous statement and not accurate, holistically, at least. And Wolff says basically that was imagery politics and everybody loved Trump because he said what all the other, folks at the dinner table or at the steel mill or the factory or whatever were saying behind closed doors. And it made him relatable. Problem is he's not evolving from that and he's not telling the truth about the American decline. He too is kind of stuck in his own hole and being labeled by kind of his theatrics and his eccentric behavior. Whereas on the opposite side of the coin, you have Kamala Harris, who's just, I don't know, some cheerful retard running around town with word salad. But everybody likes her because she keeps doing her language change. One day she's Indian, next day she's black, African American, whatever. And she'll try to have a southern drawl and act like a southerner and drop her consonants at the end of her fucking words at the end of her sentence. Like union members, like, oh, googly moogly. Like, what the fuck? She's just a fucking con artist. But her image poetry is everything's going to be okay. We're happy. It's the crazy drunk aunt on wine at the party, right? Aunt Kamala, she's wacky, but she's happy and fun. Who cares if she says some crazy things? At least she's rising the spirits of everyone here. That's basically his critique. Now, I'm exaggerating, kind of throwing my own flavor in there. But in essence, that's kind of what he's getting at, is they're both just characters. And then he says the next guy who's going to be president is the guy who says, hey, look, America, bad shape, right? Our empire, probably over, definitely over. We got to evolve. We got to figure out how we're going to go into the future and keep this ship on the ocean, as it were. And image politics are not leading to that inevitable decision, right? It's being prohibitive to our ability to accept the truth. This is where we are. It's bad. We got to adjust. We got to pivot. And there's a new way we got to do things in order to keep America going, i.e. global partnership. And I agree with them. I think image politics are definitely not helping us, keep the ship afloat in the ocean, as it were. If anything, we're sinking, and they're just denying it. The captain's at the helm, throwing back fucking Chardonnay wine spritzers, Kamala's being like, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. It's like, bitch, we're sinking. We're sinking fast. We can't bucket off enough water, all right? We're fucking drowning. And even Trump, to an extent, kind of, he does a little bit of the same thing. But I still like him more. So that's that. Oh, here we go. And this is I just crazy ranted, but this bullet point is a more succinct summation of what I was gonna diarrhea of the mouthing, which is the real issues are swept under the rug to preserve the status quo. But we've been watching and we've had enough. I think that bullet point kind of sums up my insanity pretty good. Moreover, this is my last bullet point for point number 2 of image politics and game of power, which is we don't need more politicians playing at democracy or selling us the empire dreams. We need the truth. I think that is a very strong point that Richard Wolff points out, and I agree with him. Stop lying. Cut the theatrics, cut the bullshit, which is kind of what this whole video persona is about. Just fucking tell us doo-doo is on the table, right? It's fucked. We fucked up. We had bad policies. Excuse me, I apologize. My alarm. Make sure I'm doing my shit. What was I saying? Right, back to point. We need to just tell the truth. We fucked up the economy. We made some bad economic policies. We monkeyed around in places we shouldn't have been. Vietnam, the Middle East, yada, yada, yada. It's okay. Just like a child with their parent, Just tell the truth. Nobody will be mad. Nobody will be mad. Just tell the truth so we can move forward and fix it. That's it. That's all you gotta do, politicians. Stop lying. Stop having fake Southern accents, Kamala. Politicians, stop saying you're helping us and you care about the people when you're lining your pockets with fucking lobbyist money. Nancy Pelosi, again, I can't emphasize my hatred for her enough. Like, you're insider trading. You all are. I forget the politician's name, and forgive me, but there was 2 politicians, I want to say congressman and congresswoman, who were on a committee to, like, audit and control and, like, do oversight for the alphabet soup agencies. CIA, FBI, Apparently, they were using government phones to have a fucking extramarital affair. Congressman, congresswoman, both married. They were supposed to be overseeing the fucking alphabet soup city on this committee, and they were banging each other and texting each other through their fucking government, FBI, whatever phones. And then the FBI and people found out about this, and they were like, what the fuck? And they just paid like a little $1 million fine. It was all over. Look this up. I can't remember. I watched the news article and watched a podcast about it. I should have written it down, but I was in the state of mania. So look into it. But that fucking happened. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. Just tell the truth. You fucked up the nation, you greedy pig bastards, and we're sinking. I would love to hear that so that we can go, okay, here's the problem. Great, we all see it. Elephant in the room's now been addressed. Let's find solutions here. Now, Richard Wolff offers a best solution, which is a bold solution, which brings me to point 3. What a transition for the crazy man for once. That was pretty solid. I'm going to pat myself on the back if I could reach, but I'm a fat fuck. Bold solution. Point number 1. It's time for leadership to step up and admit it. The empire is over. Period. As I was saying. The fantasy has run its course. Again, reiterating what I said in a more succinct, coherent, and concise format. Moreover, Richard Wolff, and I agree with him, says, and again, these are not direct quotes, I'm kind of paraphrasing. Instead of fighting the inevitable, let's face it head on, kind of like I was saying before with my crazy rantings. Accept that the empire's in decline and stop pretending that we're still at top. I think that's valid. It's all right. 250 years, we had a good run. Well, I didn't have a good run, but you cocksuckers before me, you piece of shit, you had a good run. Right. And then the last point to that, number 3, is we should propose the idea of making a genuine deal with the BRICS. The original BRICS being Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and all the guys who are joining the BRICS day by fucking day, which I've talked about in other videos. The BRICS, they're taking over. They're taking over. They're going to be in charge soon. So, let's fucking figure out how to work with them instead of being antagonistic and in denial. And accept, and sorry, I hyphenated the sentence. I cut myself off. I apologize. And accept that we are not the masters of the world, but that we should be equals with the BRICS. I agree. I think that's a logical solution. And again, I'm going to keep it short. I'm at 15 minutes. I've been rambling like a psycho because I'm pumped full of fucking pre-workout powder and coffee. And I'm going to get to point five. But before I get to that, I want to say something real quick. Quick side note, but it's relevant. When I was a kid, I grew up on like John Wayne, Clint Eastwood movies. Bah, bah, bah. It's not important. You don't care. You hate me. So there's a movie called Kelly's Heroes. One of my all-time favorite movies. Dare I say, top three. If you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it. Basically, I'll give you a little synopsis of the movie so it makes sense. And it's going to relate to this. I swear to God. Just bear with me as I navigate and meander through this nonsense. Kelly is in the army, Clint Eastwood's character, and he does intel. Beginning of the movie, he gets this Kraut fucking officer. That's right, I said Kraut. I don't give a fuck. German fucking intelligence officer. He's got a lead brick in his briefcase. Kelly scratches off, sees that it's painted lead. It's really a gold bar. And Kelly takes his paperwork and, pumps him full of brandy and gets information and figures out there's this bank with millions of dollars of gold bars hidden behind enemy lines. And Kelly's like, I'm sick of fucking getting mortar shelled and beat up by the American army. I think I'm going to take that gold and get the fuck out of Dodge. Great idea. Love it. So Kelly and his band of misfits, he pulls them all together, his platoon. Telly Savalas, Harry Dean? Harry Dean's in it, yeah. Bunch of other people. Telly Savalas, fantastic. Pulls them all together, and he basically, Kelly's Heroes, right, the name, pulls these heroes together, these guys, ragtag misfit group, and through a little bit of hustle and creativity, he figures out a way to get behind the enemy lines, and it helps the army push forward. It's got Archie Bunker. Whoever played Archie Bunker, he plays a general. He's hysterical in that movie. Anyway, they end up at the bank, and they got to fight these Panzer tanks and all these Germans. They get through it, and there's one German guy in a Panzer tank, a commander that's left, who's just like, I'm going to defend this bank, whether my life depends on it. Now, one of my favorite characters from this show. Oh yeah, Donald Sutherland's in it, and Don Rickles. Don Rickles plays Crap Game. Crap Game's like this hustler. He does inventory, your classic trope in army movies. He's trading stockings and beer and all this shit. For something else. He's like a little hustler. So Crap Game goes to Kelly and he goes, hey, listen, we don't need to fight this last German in the tank. He's going to stand here no matter what. We may win, we may not. Let's make a deal. A deal. Right? That's what he says. A deal. So Kelly, Clint Eastwood, Donald Sutherland, Telly Savalas, all these guys walk up like a Western to the tank. The commander gets out. They have a little chit chat, exchange cigarettes, whatever. And Kelly goes, I bet you don't even, Clint Eastwood's character goes, I bet you don't even know what's in that bank. You're like me, you're a soldier, you're still what you're told. But you're getting a bad shake. Gold bricks in there. Why don't you turn your turn of your tank around, bust open the door, we'll give you a little cut of the gold, and we'll take some gold, you get some gold, we both get the fuck out of Dodge, and this insanity's over, and we can retire or whatever the fuck ever. German commander goes, that's a great fucking deal. Yeah. Boom, he blows up the tank. They go their separate ways. The end. I tell you the whole plot of that story, which was way too verbose and long and not succinct at all, I apologize, was that, like Kelly, Clint Eastwood's character, and the Panzer tank commander, I think, and I think Richard Wolff is saying the same thing, let's make a deal with the BRICS nations. Let's make a deal. We don't need to fucking fight. There's gold in the bank. Let's make a deal. You get a little gold, we get a little gold, we fuck off in our opposite directions. Everybody walks into the sunset happy. Why are we fighting? For what? For who? No, let's get our piece of the pie and get the fuck out of Dodge. Right? And that's what I think Richard Wolff's point is for best solution. And I think it's a good thing. I think we should make a deal. Deal. Make a deal. I think that's a bold solution. I think he's onto something. So anyway, that was a fucking rant and a half. I don't know if there's no way anyone made it past my opening remarks. So point number 4, Richard Wolff, and again I agree with him, says we should think about a new future post-empire. For example, he says, and again I'm paraphrasing, if we swallow our pride and accept the fall, we could build something better. I agree. I think that's pretty common sense. Adapt and change. It's very, human thing, right? The environment's changing. We have to adapt. We have to evolve. The old system's not working. Never did, except for a handful of people. kind of helped us build America a little bit, but like, what are we now? Me? I'm fucked. The guys beneath me, Gen Z, double fucked. So let's change the script here. Anyways, so he says if we can break free from the stranglehold of the elites and actually start healing the world, we'll have a better chance at keeping America. It'll be something else, but we can keep, the culture and the nation and everything moving towards a brighter, better future, and one where we fucking survive. Then he goes on to say or imply that we should partner with China and others, and it's not a defeat. It's not a defeat. Now, look, I know everyone's going to be like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. You're fucking siding with Russia and the commies and China. Think bigger, okay? Don't fall for the propaganda that you guys have been fed in the bullshit. Just think of it logically. These gangsters, they got a situation. It's working. They got the money. They're taking over the world. We used to be the gangsters, but now we're declining. We're not taking over the world. The world hates us. We're losing money. Everyone's fucking freaking out. We're on the verge of civil war, World War III, and all these problems. And we just can't accept the truth, right? So why don't we be smart businessmen, smart gangsters, and just fucking work with the other gangsters, right? If this was the street, you just make a deal. This was a boardroom, which is also gangsters, corporate America. Make a deal. Mergers and acquisitions. Let's have a partnership. Right? There's no need to be at each other's throats. Everybody can win. To keep with the Kelly's Hero analogy, there's gold in the bank. Everybody can get a piece of the gold. It's going to be okay. No need to be antagonistic or fight or enemies. Just make a deal. He goes on to imply or kind of insinuate and whatever. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one not defined by oppression and division. I think that's pretty logical and sound. Partners. Partners for a better tomorrow. Last point, number 5, and then I'll wrap this bitch up and keep it under 30 for you. A call to action. Basically, he's saying enough with the smoke and mirrors. We need real leadership. Someone who has the guts to say it like it is. And that whoever that person is, he says, will be the next president. Can't emphasize this enough. I fucking agree. If there was a guy who got up on a podium, or gal, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I don't care pretty much anything. I don't care what color they are. I don't care where they're from in the United States. If they were just like, yo, we're fucked. We got to fix this out. We should probably be partners with the world. I'd be like, you got my vote. Just because you said that in public without fear and just you're telling the truth. Again, like the parents, just tell the truth. We won't be mad. Just tell the truth. We won't be mad. Right now, very mad. And you keep lying. Who broke the vase? Who broke the vase, right? In the house. And every kid's like, wasn't me. It was the dog. It was the cat. There was an earthquake. The boogeyman. A fucking crow flew through the window, smashed into the vase. It wasn't me. Just admit you were playing baseball in the house and you knocked over the fucking vase and we can solve this fucking problem. But American politicians are like the child in the dining room who just keeps saying, it wasn't me who broke the vase. You got a baseball in your fucking hand. You know what I mean? Like, just stop saying it was, the fucking pixie ducks fairy who knocked over the vase. You broke grandma's vase, just accept it. Tell us the truth. We'll move forward. Not a big deal. But I continue. So, again, enough with the smoke mirrors. We need a real leadership, someone who has the guts to say it like it is. The empire's dead. But, there's a new chapter of humanity. We can keep this ball rolling. Let's end the charade and just, start building the new bridge to tomorrow. So, just stop being in denial. So, yeah, again, just to recap, because I was kind of all over the map and pumped full of accelerants. Key points here. Number 1, the decline of the American empire, or rather, declined, as in it's already occurred. It's over. 2, we got the image politics and power games. We need to knock that monkey business off. 3, Richard Wolff, and I agree with him, and I think some others would probably have the same mind, or probably said the same things, I just haven't discovered them yet. Bold solution. Here's a novel idea. Let's fucking make a deal with the rest of the world and stop being fucking assholes and fucking denying the truth. 4, there's a new future. No big deal. Empire fell. We had a good run. Everyone's had an empire. China's had an empire. Germany. Everybody's had an empire. And they fell. Rome fell. The Vandals came in and fucked everything up. Richard Wolff talks about the Vandals. cycles. I think it's hysterical and apt analogy to today's climate in the West, especially. Not going to get into that. Totally different video. Just stay focused here. But yeah, no big deal. Just let's accept it and move forward. Post-Empire, there's a future. We just got to figure it out. And we got to start doing it now and talking about it sooner than later. That's all. And then 5, call to action, right? Enough. No smoke and mirrors, no malarkey, no bullshit, no fucking Kamala Harris and Trump standing saying bullshit on the stage. It's gonna be great. Don't worry. We're fantastic. We've never been stronger. And like my other videos, the fucking economists on CNN and MSNBC and all that shit. The economy's great. We're doing fantastic. Blah, blah, blah. The writing is on the fucking wall, you loons. We're struggling down here, the have-nots. And if you don't accept what's going on, just accept the truth. Accept it. Accept it. Do it. You little alcoholic. Step 1, admit you're an alcoholic or you're a drug user. Just accept you have an addiction. Just accept it. And then tell the truth. Honestly, wow, the AA program is probably a good model for the politicians. Accept you have a problem, right? And then, try to make recompense with those around you. I don't know the 12 steps. I probably should, actually, in hindsight. But you get the point. Just accept that you're an alcoholic, you little junkie, you little power junkie. Stop it, right? Practice a little sobriety. And then start fucking fixing all the bad relationships and problems and stealing and all the bullshit you did. Say you did it, say you're sorry, and move forward. That's it. And the American people, I promise you, myself included, will I still be mad and hate you? Probably. But I won't fucking lose my marbles and start coming after you, right? And going into the boxing ring with you, which is where I'm headed, everyone's headed. Okay, fine. You made a boo-boo. You were big and bold enough to say you made a boo-boo, and you've been a scumbag, but you want to fix it and move forward in a more positive direction. You get a mulligan. It's a big mulligan, but we probably would give it to you. Because at the end of the day, we just want to feed our families, ourselves, have a future, know what's going to happen tomorrow. I have no idea what's going on every fucking day. The world is moving so fast. There's so much disinformation, and it is literally driving me insane. Let's just keep it simple, stupid, right? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Empire died. We in bad shape. We're in bad shape. God, I sound like an idiot. Empire done. We're in bad shape, but we have a bold new solution. We're going to start working with other powerful nations who have empires, ups and downs, model ourselves after them, maybe move to a more socialistic model. American capitalism was good for a little bit, helped us grow, but now it's really broken and fucked up, late stage. We don't know what we're going to build, but we know we have to build it. Here are some ideas of how we might build it, and we need your help and buy-in, American people. You'd have it. By all means, thank you for saying that. We'll help you at the drawing board to figure out what tomorrow holds. Easy peasy. I'm in fucking squeezing. 28. I got 2 minutes. So basically, I'll just do a closing thing here. I wrote this down. Not that I could fucking memorize it, but basically my point is one, Richard Wolff, all his points reiterating them. I think they're right. Check out the link. Watch the video for yourself because I'm a psychopath. And then basically, do you want to keep pretending everything's fine? Right? Be my fucking guest, right? Like, what the fuck? But if you're ready, to stop the charade, let's fucking go, right? Just stop. Oz, push the curtain. I know you're behind there. Just stop. You're not all powerful and great. And the monkeys are flying around. This is crazy. The walls are crumbling. The rich are still playing their games. We're not blind. We see it. We've been watching, we've been waiting patiently for you to get your act together. We see the world shifting. You know the world shifting. And you won't accept it. And because of that, we're going to be crushed. Everyone's going to be crushed under the weight of your ignorance and arrogance. More so arrogance. You hubristic fucks. Basically, we got to rise. And we got to partner in the new world. I don't think the BRICS are our enemy. I mean, everybody's an enemy, everyone's an ally. It's really like we got to make a deal, right? But I don't think they could be bad for us. I think if we say, hey, look, bygones are bygones. We did you dirty. You did us dirty too. Fresh Febreze brothers, right? Step brothers. Other guys, cop movie with Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell. For BRICCS Brothers, fresh start. Yeah, some tension. Maybe we were pumping money into Ukraine and fucking with you, Russia. You know, we shut down some of your MiGs or whatever. China, we threw some sanctions on you and Russia. Our bad. Sorry, but you did some shit to us, brothers. No more fighting. Let's make peace and let's everybody get a little piece of the money, the pie. You know, and again, Kelly's Heroes, the bank, the gold. Let's make a deal. That's it. Just accept that it's over. I have to accept that I'm an ugly fat fuck and I sweat profusely because I'm like 80 pounds overweight. Okay, what do I need to do about that? Eat healthier, work out like I did this morning, right? Go for runs, maybe start walking or waddling because that's what I'm capable of at this juncture with this lack of physical fitness. I've accepted the ugly truth. I'm a chubby, obese fuck, right? I look like a lumpy marshmallow layer of the Carib God right now. It's disgusting. In fact, you can see my tits. I'm so sorry, guys. Unless you're into that, I'll start an OnlyFans and I'll show off my man milkers and you guys can pay me because I need some money for rent. But like, yeah, it's the same premise. Just accept it. Accept it. Politicians. You fucked us. You got rich. You had your fun, your power, and all this malarkey. And you fucking just burned America into the ash. We got one Hail Mary play here left to go with a football analogy. We got a Hail Mary. We could get into the end zone and win this game. Right? It won't be pretty, but we could do it. Got one last chance. I urge you, people, watch the videos, get involved, talk about this, speak up. Politicians, rich people, enough's enough, right? You broke the vase in the dining room. Just admit it. Stop telling us it was the crows and the fairies and the earthquakes and because the Mariana Trench or whatever the fuck ever had a fluctuation in the tectonic plates which caused an earthquake of 4.3, which made the dining room shake and drop over the vase. Wasn't me and Johnny in playing baseball in the house when you told us not to, right? I think that's a really good analogy. I can't get over that enough. Just say you broke the vase being America, right? Don't lie. Don't blame it on other shit. Just say you did it. Fix it. And everything will be good. Right? We'll be singing and dancing in the rain or in flowers, meadows, whatever you want. Everything will be honky-dory if we just accept the truth and move forward with a bold new plan and strategy, which I don't think is even that far-fetched or crazy or bold. I think it's pretty simple. Make a deal with the rest of the world. Right? Stop monkeying around. We lost Vietnam, we lost the Afghan war, we lost the Iraq war, we're pissing everybody off. We're not doing so hot here. Maybe we should admit that we have a problem and maybe make amends with some people that we maybe hurt and offended and did dirty and try to move forward in a more positive, cooperative way. That's my thoughts, kind of my recap. Again, I encourage you to watch the video. It's very long. Mr. Richard Wolff is very smart. Went to Harvard, Stanford. He's a professor. He's going to articulate this with such elegance, poise, and distinction and clarity that you'll be able to understand and it'll resonate. It'll make sense. I, on the other hand, am just pumped up, full of fucking, and I'll explode, rambling with his tits out. So I apologize. But my point is just to get this message out. Hopefully you bite onto the real guy who can give you the real knowledge and we can move forward. Fucking cat. Anyway, that's my video. 35 minutes. Have a good day. Do your research. Find out what's going on. Start getting vocal. America's done for the empire. And we got to figure out a new way forward. Because if we don't, it's going to get bad. It's going to get ugly. And I'm scared for that, per usual, as I've mentioned. So check out the video. Check out Richard Wolff. See what you think. Tell me what you think. Or, make fun of me for being a fat white marshmallow. I don't really give a fuck. But like, subscribe, comment, or, hit fucking necks after 30 seconds of the video because you don't give a fuck about me or whatever I'm saying because I'm a sick, crazy man in this apartment. I don't give a fuck at this point. Again, watch the video.